Hello everyone, this is Shruti Mistry, and today we are going to dive into the world of unstructured data and how we can load it into Snowflakes. So, if you are new here, Snowflakes is a powerful cloud data platform that allows you to store and analyze large volumes of structured and unstructured data. Loading unstructured data into Snowflake is a straightforward process. First, you will need to log into your Snowflake account and navigate to the data loading interface, which we are in right now. So this is the worksheet I have opened. I have of an SQL. So first we'll start with loading our data from this is publicly available S3 bucket. From here we will be loading our data. So I'll run this and let's see if this works. So yeah, a stage area is created as we have discussed in previous videos. So first we have to create the stage, and then we'll mention the file format. In our case it's JSON, so we'll create a file format, and now we'll create a table where we will store the loaded data. And the special thing about this here is we are using the data type variant, which is used for such datas to load. And then we'll copy our the JSON stage data into our table, which is in the file hdata.json. Okay, so we'll use the copy into command. So we'll do that. Yeah, so from our bucket the jar data is loaded and it is copied into our json raw json raw table, and now we can view what we have copied. So yeah, this is the table which has come in the raw file column, and as you can see it's in json format. So now we'll see how to parse and analyze the raw json. So first of all, if you want to select an attribute, you have to mention the column name along with a colon and the attribute name from our JSON raw, which is our table name. So we'll see if this works. Yes, this is works. And all our city attributes are now being mentioned separately. Now instead of raw file, since we have only one column, we can also use dollar to select the city first name. This time we are selecting the first name which are being mentioned. Now since this names are being mentioned in string, which is not usually correct, so we'll convert this uh, data into the type string. For that we have to convert into type, we have to use two colons. So we have mentioned the column, the attribute name, and the type into which we have to convert, and alias it as first name from our json raw table. So as you can see, now it's being converted into string format and appears more visually right. And so we can also convert into other data types such as int. So let's run this, and you can see the id is being now displayed as integer. Now similarly we can select various attributes, alias it into different names. So I have selected the column name, the attribute name with a single colon, and when I have to change into different data type I have mentioned two colons. Now I'll run this and we'll get a okay, sorry, from JSON. Yeah, so now we have got a new data which mentions only the id, first name, last name and gender. So we have successfully passed our JSON data. Now sometimes what happen is, as you can see in this job attribute, there is again a nested query. So we will to query or to handle this, what we do is mention the column name as earlier with a colon and an attribute followed by an attribute, and to select the next attribute we use the dot is used to get into that nested data. So I'll run this, and then we again convert it into integer data type. So I'll run this again, and as you can see, now you can only see the salary which was nested inside job. So it's as easy as that. Now I'll select multiple attributes. Yeah, so as you can see, we have we have taken the nested data and create a table out of it. Now we see how to handle arrays. So here there is an attribute previous company which has arrays in it. Some are empty, some have some data. Now how do we handle that? So what we'll do, follow the same step, column name followed by the attribute name, and for if I want to if I want the first element, I'll mention 0. If I want the second element, I should mention 1. So in this I'll get the second element, and if I want the first element, mention 0, and now I'm getting the first element. Similarly, you can change the number to get the element that you want. Then we have here used an aggregated function array size to get the number of elements inside the previous company array, so that can also be retrieved. Now we will see how to deal with hierarchies. So first we'll see what is hierarchy. Now as you can see, inside an array there is again some JSON data that we have to parse. So basically a person can speak 2 languages and its level are mentioned. So first we'll see a person speaks. We can use the array size function to see if how many languages a person can speak. So for first name Portia, it's spoken language 2, so Portia can speak 2. So if we want to retrieve the first element of spoken language, we can retrieve it like this, but this doesn't look so good. So what we will do is retrieve the first name, then the first language. Now how do we retrieve it? The column name followed by the colon and the attribute name, its first element given by 0, then we use a dot to take the language value to take the next attribute. So we use a dot and then convert it into string type using double colons, then aliases into the first language. Similarly, column name, the first attributes, and this array's first element 0, then into we use again dot to get into level, and then change the data type into string. Now we'll see if this works and run it. So now it looks more good and clean. That first name Portia has her first language as Kazakh and the level is advanced. Similarly, we can do for the second language also. So now what we can do is whatever query we have selected, we can put it inside a table so that we can query it later. So we have to create a table, select from a JSON raw and flatten our raw file, a spoken language, as F. So yes, we have successfully created a new table for it, and now we'll query it. Yeah, so we have a new table with parsed data from JSON into the table. So Thank you for joining, and I hope you understood and enjoyed the lecture. And if you have any query, comment